Welcome to the July 2025 monthly meeting of the Miami Condo Investing Club. This is a virtual meeting that is broadcast live at noon South Florida time on the second Wednesday of every month. A recording of the monthly meeting will be available for on-demand viewing at Miami Condo Club. This 75-minute podcast, which features a questions and answers session, is hosted by Peter Zalewski, a condo consultant and the founder of the Miami Condo Investing Club. The purpose of the monthly meetings is to share real-time, actionable information about the South Florida condo market with club members. If you are not yet a member of the club, we would encourage you to consider joining at Miami Condo Club. The club's mission is to foster a community that shares real-time, actionable intelligence on the latest real estate trends, emerging opportunities, and trusted service providers throughout South Florida. Whether you're a do-it-yourself DIY condo buyer or a seasoned real estate professional, the club provides invaluable resources, including up-to-date statistics, expert analysis, and access to tailored consulting services. An added benefit of the club is that members receive discounts on all Miami Condo Correction walking tours. Please visit miamicondoclub.eventbrite.com for a schedule of upcoming tours. Welcome to the July 2025 monthly meeting. Good afternoon. This is Peter Zalewski. I am the founder of the Miami Condo Investing Club. I'm also a condo consultant. If you are watching this podcast, that means you are a member of the club, and I want to thank you for being a member of the club. Hopefully you're getting some great value out of it. This is a rapidly changing condo market. There's a lot of things we need to discuss. There's a lot of things we need to focus on, and that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to spend roughly about an hour or so. We're going to discuss some of the key issues, talk about some of the key things that have occurred within the last 30 days or so, and give you some perspective as to what's coming up. Anybody who maybe watches a clip of this after the fact, because I will slice and dice this 1 hour presentation. Anybody who watches the clip of it, you should know the club. What we do is we gather intel, we gather data, and then we turn around and we share it with club members. Well, a lot of stuff, if you're not a club member, it's going to be behind a paywall. We also do analysis. We do these monthly meetings. It's always on the second Wednesday of every month. We do them from 12 to 1 o'clock. Then there's a 15-minute questions and answer period. And by the way, anybody watching live, that 15-minute question and answer period, you're going to be able to use the chat. So there's a chat on the right-hand side of your screen. You can go ahead. You can type in questions. You can type in whatever you want to type. But I'm not really going to look at it until roughly about 12:55 or so. So if you have questions, go ahead and you can input them into the chat. But chances are I won't look into it until later. Otherwise, it's simply going to disrupt my flow, my motion. And I'm somebody who tends to, if I stop, it's almost like a traffic congestion on Interstate 95 or so. So we're going to discuss this. But again, if you're just tuning in and you're maybe watching a clip of this that we're going to put out, in addition to the monthly meetings, where we basically discuss everything that we've discovered over the course of the last month when we're doing our research, we're pulling our data. We also do monthly meetups. Meetup is an opportunity for people to get together in person and actually talk shop. You can pitch your services. You can do a variety of other things. So this is the only physical thing that we do, like in-person thing that we do as part of the club. And that's typically held on the third Tuesday of every month. It goes from 5:30 till 8. The reason we do it on Tuesdays is Tuesdays are notoriously a dead night at restaurants and in bars, and that's where we tend to do it. We tend to do it at local type of places. We're not going to the most popular because they're simply going to be packed. But on Tuesdays, sporting events are somewhat limited. We don't necessarily have to worry about noise, and we got space. We can roll in. We can do what we're going to do. Typically, our meetup events, depending on the time of year, and we've been doing them from over a year now. Typically, you're going to get, I don't know, somewhere like 8, 10, 12. One of the biggest ones we had was actually in Fort Lauderdale. We did that a couple months back. I did it in Fort Lauderdale, and I don't know, I'd say 30 people or so, roughly. It's always kind of hard to tell because you are doing it in a common area. We're not renting out a space, but we're simply just consuming space. There'll be like a meeting point within the designated restaurant or bar, and then that's how it goes. They're supposed to go till 8 o'clock. A lot of people, they really tend to enjoy it, and they, inevitably we end up staying till past 10 o'clock. So each and every time I say 5:30 to 8, but it just goes until everybody basically is ready to leave. So as part of the club, you get these virtual monthly meetings. We also do the meetups, and then there's all the data we're producing. We're producing roughly about 5 to 6, some cases more than that, reports. These are proprietary reports. These are reports that we're doing on our own. And we're putting it out there. Sometimes the media catches up after the fact, and they write about some of the reports. Recently, we were featured in New York Times talking about foreign investors, talking about what's going on in the condo market. So that's kind of our readership, or that's kind of our viewership. That's kind of our, the groups that follow us. And all that being said, what we're doing is we're telling you stuff that ultimately you might read in the, online from news publications sometimes in the future. So it's all about actionable information. It's all about market intelligence. It's all about sort of giving you the first mover advantage, if you will, if you're kind of paying attention to it. Now, when we focus on the condos, what we're focusing on primarily, we're going to look east of Interstate 95. It'll be Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach counties. We do an index. Index is simply it's a way to measure week over week what's going on in the marketplace. But for the index, we have overriding tracking that's going to look at countywide. But then in addition to that, so we'll do South Florida, which is going to be Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County. Then we'll do one for Miami-Dade. Then we'll do one for Broward. Then we'll do one for Palm Beach. But then we also break it out and we do individual markets everywhere from Coconut Grove, greater downtown Miami. We'll go up to North Miami Beach. We'll get into Pompano Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, Delray Beach, things like that. This way you can monitor what's going on in the market week over week over week. And that's one of the things we're going to be discussing today. We're going to be talking about the Q2, the second quarter index results, and kind of how all that's playing out. It'll really give you a great indication of what the market conditions are. So that's something definitely to watch. Before I get into sort of my presentation, let me go through sort of the rules of engagements. So I'm giving this intro. After the intro, I'm going to introduce some of our preferred service providers. Maybe you're somebody who's a DIY or do it yourself, or maybe you're somebody in the industry, or maybe you're somebody who's just sort of interested in general. So there's various service providers that we work with, we've known for quite some time, and as a result, we feel confident recommending them. So let me go through and discuss some of our service providers, give you an idea just in case, you're out shopping for title. Maybe you got a red tag because you're doing some construction you shouldn't did. Maybe you need some construction. Maybe you need mortgages, stuff like that. So let me just sort of pull that up. I'm going to share my screen with you. I will give you an overview about some of these different service providers. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and get into my presentation about what's going on. So let's see what we got here. It's always a little bit of a challenge to share screen. So I found the share screen. Now I am going to share the screen and you're going to be able to see it. And it is going to should be right here. There we go. So I'm sharing the screen. I'm simply pulling up a page that is in, it's on miamicondo.club. And by the way, that is the website. I'm scrolling down slowly. I don't want to throw anybody off because I go too quickly. So let me start off with the preferred service providers. The first one is Clarita Rosa. She has a company called Candor Title and Closing. You can see her link there. If you look at the supplemental charts that I sent you, or the link I sent you where all the information is going to be posted, there'll simply be a link there. So you got Clarita Rosa, Candor Title and Closing. If you are shopping around for any kind of services related to title or closing, consider putting Clarita in the mix. And with all service providers, please mention that you're a club member and they should treat you like family. And then we're going to be followed by Ann Christine Carey. Ann Christine Carey is she has a planning and zoning and entitlement company. So maybe some of you, you bought some dirt and you want to put something up on a bit, you need to get it approved. Maybe you're trying to sell your property. You don't necessarily know what it's worth, the highest and best, because maybe it's a teardown. Ann Christine Carey could probably help you with that. She's Miami 21 zoning and entitlements. And again, you can find the link if you go off of the email link that I sent you with all of the supplemental information. Then we're going to continue on. We got Andres Alvarez. Andres is he's got a construction company. He shows up. He's reliable. From what I hear, prices are fair. And if you are looking for somebody who's actually going to show up and do the work they say they're going to do, Andres is somebody to consider. 3A quality services. Then we got Jose Suarez. Jose has a company. Basically, they buy out liquidated products. So maybe a furniture company or some sort of supplier is changing what it is focused on. And because the season has changed, we're going from winter to summer, summer to winter. Jose will go in there, he'll buy it all out, he'll buy it in bulk, and then he'll turn around, put a spread on it, and then sell it to you. So typically the price he offers, well, not typically, always the price he offers is going to be far less than what it would be retail. So that's Jose Suarez, Global Inventory Liquidators. And then maybe some of you are in the market for tile. Maybe you need any kind of materials for the interior of your house or possibly even the exterior. I don't know. But Stephen Mussolino over at Casa Linda Tile and Marble. Steve, who I've known for quite some time, he's out in the Durrell area. His father started the company back in I think it's 1970. They've been around for quite some time. So if you're looking for tile, you're looking for granite, anything like that, consider putting Steve and Casa Linda in your mix as you shop around. And then finally, financing. Financing can become a challenge. People don't necessarily know how to go forward, when to go forward. They don't know what their credit scores are. They don't know what the terms are going to be. Grant Stern, Morningside Mortgage. He is a mortgage broker. He works with traditional, conventional type of money. He also works with private money. So maybe there's a deal that you need it done immediately, or it's got a lot of hair and warts on it, and you need somebody who's sort of creative, can kind of get it done and tap into not only the conventional type of lenders, but also the unconventional type of lenders, like families that want to lend out money and stuff like that. So Grant Stern, somebody to consider. So that's Morningside Mortgage Corporation. Since we have this open, these service providers, let me just go ahead and continue on down our list. I'm going to hit you with or show you just some of the tidbits before we go ahead and I begin with my presentation. So as mentioned, the monthly meetings, we do these always on the second Wednesday of every month. We start them at 12, we go till 1 o'clock, and then there's a 15-minute question and answer period. So you can see we're on July the 9th today. We're going to be doing another one in August the 13th. So we will see you roughly a month from now. And depending and based on how everything's going with the economy and with the market, I'm sure there's going to be dramatic changes that have occurred next month. Then you'll see we'll do another one in September. Then we'll get in October. The end of October will be the end of the summer buying season. We typically break down the year into two sectors, wet and dry. Right now, it's supposed to be the wet season, although there hasn't really been much rain lately, but that tends to intensify as we get late into July. Then ultimately, we start to peak in August and September. October, as you all know, it calms down, and then November, it's the beautiful weather that everybody wants to see. So right now we are in the summer buying season, and this is our schedule for all the meetings for the summer buying season. We'll continue downward, and we have our meetups. Meetups are what I was telling you about. So the meetups, we do them always on the third Tuesday of every month. We do them from 5:30 to 8, as mentioned. Now, if you look here at this this chart I'm showing you, I got August highlighted. August is a time when schools are getting ready to go back. As a result, parents take their vacation time and they take kids out and they're doing things. And August tends to be very slow in South Florida. It tends to be a time when, I don't know, what would you say? It's kind of the dead month. It's kind of the month where not a lot of stuff will get done. Everybody's sort of, the dog days of August or summer, however the cliche goes. That's kind of August. So as a result of that, we're not going to do a meetup in August. So we got the one next week on July